It's time to rev it up again with t-rev. I'm here in a restroom in Menominee, and that may not seem too appropriate to be filming and doing a video in a restroom, but that's exactly what I wanted to talk about, was what's appropriate and what isn't appropriate. I think it's interesting because what might be appropriate to me might not be appropriate to you, and vice versa. This topic came up for an interesting reason earlier today that I'm not going to mention. But I was just thinking about this, and where is the line on what is appropriate and what isn't? Because to some, this is appropriate or that. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, if you have the faith to eat meat sacrificed to idols, then go ahead. But don't do it in front of your brother that may or may not have the faith to eat meat sacrificed to idols. And basically what Paul is saying in that scripture is, all things are permissible, but not everything is beneficial. So whether or not it's appropriate for me to do a video from a restroom with urinals in the background is debatable for a pastor, depending on whether what you think, or whether it's appropriate for a pastor to have earrings. That's something that's debatable too. And so, it's just an interesting conversation, what is appropriate and what isn't. And I think that there's a varying line. I don't think there's a hard and fast line. And we talked about this yesterday, and it's a pretty interesting discussion. God is a God of relationship, not rules. We're the ones that demand rules, and that's where appropriate or inappropriate comes from, I think. Are we acting in love? Are we walking in the Spirit? That's always going to be appropriate if we're acting in love. So God bless you all. It's good to talk to you again. Look me up at t-rev.org.